I've got to start by asking you a question which really we've been having a discussion on the show this morning about these caller tunes, and the listeners have been calling in. Some of them are frustrated that sometimes these just appear. They don't know where they come from. As the CEO of MTN and speaking for your operator, how do people walk away from these caller tunes that they didn't sign up for?
Yeah, Clement, thanks for asking that. There's a simple process to do that. The subscriber should dial *123#. When they get to that, they'll get an option which says manage subscriptions, and then they can go to another option 1, which says cancel or view subscriptions. So there's a very basic process that is implemented to make sure that the customer experience is seamless. But I just quickly want to address why customers say they end up with a service. Normally, I think when you call a particular person, you hear a caller tune playing, and you say to actually activate this caller tune, press this number. There is a tendency, I think, in many aspects where customers press that number by mistake and then end up subscribing to the service. So, but I think we are concerned about the level of customer service. So we've made the service very seamless for customers to be able to actually come off the service themselves.
All right, let's go back to the spectrum now. How significant is this milestone for not only MTN, but for your customers and the country's digital future?
Yeah, the spectrum auction, Clement, I think it's important for the country to really make sure that this moment does not escape us. This is quite significant. I mean, this has been like 17 years since MTN South Africa was assigned as spectrum. We never had a spectrum for 4G, for instance. So what we did, we used the 3G spectrum to actually deploy 4G. MTN South Africa is the second largest market in the MTN group, but we had the lowest spectrum holdings in the entire group. So this is really, really significant because for us to be able to deliver 4G, what we used to do was to refarm the existing 3G spectrum. We had to innovate, and some of the things that we had to do was to densify the network, meaning that we had to build much more than we needed to build had we had the spectrum. This has huge implications for us, Clement, in terms of capex ratios and deployment. So now that we have the spectrum, we'll be able to deploy this much, much more efficiently to be able to bring the services to our customers. So it means better capex management. It also means broadly, I think, for South Africans, I always call the 5G rollout for me, it's not a network. 5G for me is an innovation platform. And there are many capabilities that this layer of 5G will be able to bring as we go forward.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions,
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.